Hey guys, this is Ash and you're watching Writing Ash. So today I am doing my Maassive Readathon TBR and I am in a brand new setting because I am traveling for the summer and today I am in Kolkata. And I've gotten a new hair color and it reminds me of Bryce, which is so fitting because this is the month for the Maassive Readathon, which is based on Sarah J. Maas's universe. And Bryce is one of her amazing, if not one of the best, Sarah J. Maas characters. The Maassive Readathon is set in a world of Sarah J. Maas, and you have to just read as much as you can based on certain prompts, and this year's readathon is based on Throne of Glass. And basically how this would work this month is you basically have to get to Orinth from one of the port cities in time for Aelin's coronation at the end of this month. And I am putting up a map of the world of Aurelia here, and the one they put on the Maassive Readathon BiblioWord website. And basically the red spots is where you would begin and Orinth is where you would end, and you can basically take any path. You could choose to just do a port city and Orinth and call it good with 2 books. And I love that it is very self-paced and you decide how much you will read, which is honestly what reading should be, because not everyone is going to read as much as the next person. And before we get into the meat of this video, I want to give you a warning. There might be noises because there's construction going on nearby. I personally will be beginning in Benjali, which is in Eelway, and it is where Nehemia Tager is from, if I'm pronouncing her last name right. Anyway, so Benjali, you have to read a book with a protective sibling. And then we also see Irene in Benjali, where you have to read a book that has been on your TBR the longest. For this one, I went with The Heart Principle. It's been on my TBR ever since the book came out. I got a physical copy of it right away. And when that happens, it really becomes something on my TBR. I don't own very many physical books, so it was definitely a urgent read for me. And yeah, and it's also got protective sibling because Quan is the older brother of Kai from the second book, and he was a really protective older brother to Kai. And he's like, him and his cousin Michael are also super close, and they're basically like brothers, and they just have a good sibling relationship. And this book does, from what I've heard, also have that dynamic. Anyway, so that is my first location and first book, and it hits Irene as well. The next place I want to go is the Glass of Barg, and it is a little bit out of the way, but I've been drinking a lot of fruit juices and it's already June, so I think it would be very fitting to just get it out of the way, because the Glass of Barg, or Barg, the prompt is to read a book while drinking a fruity drink. And well, I've been drinking a lot of mango juice. And for this one, you also meet Wog, I don't know how to say his name, the last member of the cadre. And you have to read Where is Waldo, one of the books. And I'm just gonna read the first one. I don't know, I personally would never have considered it reading a book. And yeah, I'll read that for this prompt. The next place I would go is the Bogdano Jungle, if I'm saying that right again. And this is to read a book set in a tropical setting, and I also meet Lorcan there, and for that you have to read a Grumpy Sunshine book, and I will be reading The Unhoneymooners for both of these prompts. And then I will be hitting up Morath, and it is to read a book with Skull on the cover, and Dorian is also there, so it is to read a book with shadow in the title or the cover. And for this, I'm going to be reading Daughter of the Pirate King. An alternate cover of the book has a skull on the cover, and it's like filled with shadows. And then the next place I would be going is Skulls Bay. And in Skulls Bay, you have to read books with pirates in it. And then you also meet Fenris. And it is to read for Fenris, you have to read a book that matches a TikTok trend. And for this one, I'm reading Daughter of the Siren Queen. It's still got pirates because it's part of the same series. So, and the main character, in my opinion, sounds like a pirate, so it's a pirate. So hits that. And the reason I'm picking it for a TikTok trend is because, you know that like one song that's like about the Pirate King's daughter? That's what that reminds me of. I've seen so many people doing like TikToks with it, so I decided to use that. The next place I would be going is Rift Hole. Now my path becomes a little bit more normal instead of like jumping around the continent. In Rift Hole, you have to read a book with diverse representation. With it being Pride Month and everything, I thought the best book for me would be to read the Meet Cute Diaries. It has been on my TBR now for a year, which, I mean, it hasn't been an urgent TBR book so far, but I was actually saving it for this month, so it works out. I'm gonna be reading that for Rifthold. The next place would be the Rune Mountains, which is to read a book with star-crossed lovers, and Manan, which is to read a book with witches. I'm gonna be reading Serpent and Dove. I added it to my TBR at the start of this year, and Serpent and Dove has witches, and it's a story about a witch and a witch hunter, so star-crossed lovers. The next place I would be going is Peranth, and it is to read a book that reminds you of your favorite musician. So, if you don't know this already, Taylor Swift is my ride or die. I love that woman so much. Dr. Taylor Swift, now by the way. And I will be reading Falling Stars for this because the author literally was inspired by Taylor Swift to write this. This is based on the Met Gala dance-off between Taylor and Tom Hiddleston, and it's based on her, so like this book fits. Also, sorry about that. Okay, the next one is The Wolf Tribe, and it is to read a book with wolves. And for that, I'm going to be reading Blood and Honey. I did look it up on their Wikia, and there are wolves in it. And then Adian is also there, and it's to read a book with a second chance romance. So my goal is, once I finish reading Serpent and Dove, if it looks like there's going to be a second chance romance between the two main characters in Blood and Honey, because right now I'm confused about what happens. I don't know. I've not read either of these books, so I don't know. So maybe there's a second chance, then I'll count it for both Adian and The Place. If not, I have a book called The Trouble with Love for the second chance romance for Adian. The last is Orinth, which is Found Family, and Rowan is also there, but you have to read a very specific book for Rowan, which is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. And I did look up some reviews, and it does sound like it does have Found Family, so I am counting it for both. And with that, I would end the Maassive Readathon, at least for the month of June. If I can't find another readathon for July, I will be doing the 2021 Maassive Readathon in July and doing the ACOTAR version of it, which I've already got all the graphics for, so I am super excited. And that would be it for this month, and that is my TBR, and I hope you guys participate in the Maassive Readathon because it honestly sounds like a blast. I've had quite a few amazing readathons lately, and this is just one more in a list of awesome readathons. And I will see you guys later.